Hey everyone, it's Jen. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I have some project shares for Scrap Diva Designs. These are projects made with some of the dies from the March 2024 release. I already shared some previously. I'll link those videos down below, but I have some new ones to share with you today. As always, my referral link will be in the description box. If you click on that and place an order at scrapdivadesigns.com, I get a commission, which doesn't affect your cost, but it does help me out in my channel. So I appreciate everyone who uses that. And don't forget to use my coupon code at checkout, which is strawberry cream, and that saves you 10% off of your purchase. All right, you guys, got some cute springy type things to share with you today, and I'll take some measurements. And if you have any questions, of course, leave me a comment and I'll answer them as best I can. Okay, so the first set we have is the Bunny Doily Memory Decks. And this is one of those ones that is really versatile. It's great for a seasonal project, but also you can use it all year round. So it comes with all of these dies. This is the main die to make it into a memory decks. And as you can see, it leaves a really nice round edge that's it's like kind of like eyelet, and it's scalloped, and it leaves a stitching detail on the center or around the center, and then of course it cuts out the notches at the bottom for the memory decks holder. And then this layering piece goes on top of that, so it kind of covers up, or it adds an extra layer of paper and dimension. And then there are other layering pieces too. You can add another color for your center if you want. So you'd have a color for the center, one for the edge, and then one for the memory decks part. And then this cuts out a frame too, so that leaves a really nice detail. You can even make it into a shaker if you want, which I did with one of the projects I made. So it comes with those main pieces, and then it comes with some Easter additional ones. This one says Happy Easter in a really nice script font with the shadow. And then it comes with bunny ears and feet with layering pieces to add to your memory decks card too. So let me show you the first one I made. I think I used all of the pieces on this one. So this is not a shaker, obviously, but it's really cute not making it a shaker. So I used some yellow textured paper for the memory decks part. I used some plain white paper for the eyelet edge because I just love how that looks on projects with the white eyelet. And then I used the paper I used on the inside with the green background and the chicks. That's from Joann's this year, the Bright Easter paper pad. And then I used this like gold gold foil paper. That's from a different, I think that's from the Fresh Air paper pad from Joann's. I used that for that frame around the edge. And then I put yellow and green Nuvo drops alternating along that just to, add a pretty shine and a different texture as well. I added bunny feet and the ears with some polka dot paper for the outer piece. And then the inner pieces, I used some gold, kind of shimmer paper. And let's see, what else did I do? Well, for the Happy Easter, I cut it out twice, the words, with some green plaid paper and then that same gold shimmer paper, and just kind of offset them a little bit so it looked like a little bit of a shadow, and then the same white paper for the shadow piece for the whole thing. And I popped that up and the feet up on foam tape, so there's a little dimension but not too much. And then on the back, I cut out that centerpiece again, the one that I did in the front. I did it for the back out of some green plaid paper, and this is just a little cut apart from that same Joann's paper pad. And I left it blank to add, information, your name and stuff like that. And the ears, I put in between two layers of the memory decks part. I cut that out twice out of that yellow paper just to give it, a lot of stability, and when you do that you could put the ears in between them, keeps them nice and secure, and adds a finished look too. So this one measures, let's see, should I measure? Yeah, I'll measure from top to bottom including the ears. That's about 5 3/4 inches, and then side to side, which would be the measurements of the circle, is about 4 and not quite 4 1/4, maybe 4 1/8 inches. So if you wanted to just do the circle itself, it's about 4 1/8 inches. So isn't that cute? I just love how it came out. It's really well designed with all the different layers and how they fit together. And of course, I love all of the stitching detail. It just makes it look really nice and, finished, I think. So that's the first one. And then the next one, I made a card. I didn't use the memory decks part, but this is what I made. So I used that layering die, to the one that layers the eyelet part, and I cut that out of a double layered white piece of paper, and as you could see, I didn't cut it all the way out, and that way it made it into a card. You know, you just put your die over the fold line a little bit so it doesn't cut out the fold. So anyway, I made this into a shaker. I used my Walmart foam board for the shaker level, and then I added some acetate under that, and then used that gold shimmer paper for the frame. And then I filled it up with a bunch of cute springy shaker bits. Again, that paper behind there is from that Joann's paper pad. This little Peeps Bunny piece of ephemera is from the new Doodlebug collection, which I'm using in another project I'll show you. Hey Bunny comes from that Joann's paper pad, and these are flowers that I got at Michael's recently, and I just glued them all over. So I just think it's a really cute little Easter card. On the inside, I used another piece of ephemera or cut apart and just rounded the edges, and it's just very simple. Of course, you could add more layers if you wanted to, but I just left it like that because the front is so busy. But a nice way to make a card, you know, just make it a circle card. So that's my next one, and like I said, it's 4 1/8 inches, you know, in the circumference of the circle, or of the, you know, eyelet part. So those are the 2 projects I made with that die set, just to give you an idea of different ways you can use it. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, this one is the Loaded Pocket Medium. And I had shown you a project I made with the Loaded Pocket Small last time. So this is the medium. The small one actually was from the previous release. This release has the medium and the large. So I used the medium one in this one, and it comes with all of these pieces here. So you can make your pocket or tag in 2 different shapes. So there are 2 outer pieces and 2 inner pieces. This piece you can make a you know, like a tab at the top if you wanted to. I didn't use that one. And then these dies that come with it, this piece here makes the pocket, and there's a layering piece for that. And there are some fun extra pieces. It comes with this heart, and then a layering piece that creates an eyelet scallop layer. And then this one, you can make it into a bag topper or a keychain, or it's just like a nice little extra piece. And I did use it. I'll show you how I use that. And then it comes with this key and a little lock too. And there's stitching detail around that, which is really cute. And it's just a really fun set. So I love how these loaded pockets come with different elements. So I made 2 different projects. Let me show you the first one. And this is one I made with, actually the other one too, with that new Fresh Air paper pad from Joann's. Well, I don't know if it's new, but it's new to me. So it's a nice big size, as you can see, and this is one of the options for the tag base. So let me measure this before, well, actually I'll measure it after once we take stuff out. So I layered the pocket and the base of the tag I cut out of white textured paper, and I layered that with the layering die. And then I added this piece of ephemera. This comes from that same paper pad, but I used like this rectangular kind of die from my stash to cut that out and just put that on the front. And as you can see, it leaves a really nice sized pocket. Let me measure that while we have stuff in it, because that way it'll kind of puff out a little. And my ruler does not start right at 1, so it's about, or 0. Over 1/2 inch big, so it's a really nice size. So let me take out the things. This comes from Hobby Lobby from last year. I think they have them again this year. They're a pack of like large bunny toothpicks. And then I added this little organza bag of, I just put in some little Hershey's candies, and then I tied it together and added a charm with a little lemon charm on that to go with the lemon theme. And then here is that little like keychain extra die. I made it into a bag topper. So I cut it out twice, this one right here, out of that same white textured paper, and glued them together at the top, at the back of it. And then after I did that, I ran this die on top of it, ran it through my die cutting machine so it would cut out like a hole out of both sides. And then I used those different heart layering pieces to create the heart there, Isn't that key so pretty? That comes from that die set, and then I added some gold hearts in my stash. Those are just flat backs, and then good things too. So what a cute little bag topper, right? That measures, let's see, about 3 1/8 inches top to bottom, and then side to side is about 2 5/8. And I made this little bag myself. I just folded a piece of vellum, you can see that's where the seam is, and just kind of glued it together, and then stitched it, and then used my pinking shears to cut a decorative edge on it. So I needed a cute bag this size, and I didn't have one, so I figured I would just make it. And inside are some butterflies that I showed in my last video. Those are from the butterfly bag topper, and I did use some removable pop dots on here to open it up. I'm not going to do that now. It's no need to, but I did make some layering pieces for the back of that as well, just to jazz it up a little bit. So isn't that cute? And it fits right inside. Of course, I made it to the appropriate size. So yeah, just a fun way to send some goodies. So now I can measure this tag. This one measures about 6 inches. Yeah, about 6 inches top to bottom. And then side to side, it's about 4 inches. And yeah, so this paper here in the back, I used the one that had the different strips on it, and that way it just adds different patterns, and I think that's a good way to you know, break up a big area when you have a large project like this. So that's the first one that I made. I made another one that I wanted to show you. Let me just move these over. So this is the next one, same kind of idea, but of course I used the other tag set that comes with the medium loaded pocket. And but I constructed it the same way. I added some more of those Hobby Lobby bunny pecks, and then I also added one of the felt jam jars that I made, and I showed you in a video a couple back. And this comes from this release too, the jam jars die set. And then I used that heart. This heart, yeah, I used that for the decoration on the back, and I think it looks so cute. So this one measures, let's see, about 6.5 inches, and then side to side, it's about 4 inches. So super cute, right? I love these. I think they have a big pocket. I measured the depth of the pocket, but just let me measure the length of it for you. That's almost 2.5 inches, just like a 1/16 less, and then almost 3¼ inches side to side. So really nice size pocket. And of course you could use these pockets in other applications as well. Actually, I used the small pocket from the last release in my next project, which I'm going to show you now. So the next project I wanted to show you is using the Easter mini album. So this is a great set. You can make cards out of this, which I typically do with my mini albums, but this time I did use them to make a mini album. So it comes with this main die set, which punches out holes at the end to use to use for your binding, which if you want to use binder rings, that's what I did. There's a layering piece for that as well. And then this piece cuts out the letters to form Easter. So you can make a shaker out of this, which I've seen on the product page at Scrap Diva Designs, which is so cute. I didn't make it into a shaker, but it's possible. You could paper piece the letters back onto the other pages, or you can use the negative space too. So lots of different ways to use that. I used the new Doodlebug, I think it's called Bunny Hop collection, mostly for this project. So let me show you what I came up with. So this is the little Easter album that I made, and I just love how cute it is, and it's a really nice size too. So, you know, if you want to use it for photos, you could, for recipes, which I always recommend, just for sending bits of ephemera, or just, you know, whatever you want to use it for, journaling, you could do whatever you want with it. Mine is kind of like a mixture, I guess. So let's start with the cover. So I used all the different layers, and I did double cut the word or the letters for Easter and layered them on top of each other just to add a little bit of dimension. And then I used that Doodlebug paper for the background layer. And then for this grass layer, I used the grass edge die that came with the Easter Bunny set, which is also from this release. But I love that die because you can create, you know, an edge, a grassy edge. So use that in lots of your other projects too. And then I I glued diamond dots onto all the letters and then used puppy stickers from that same Doodlebug collection to decorate the letters. And I love this little chick. He's like, you know, sliding down the S. I thought that was fun. And then for the base of the pages, I used that Tide Pool Lawn Fawn paper that I showed in my last haul. And for the front cover and the back cover, I used some chipboard to make it really nice and sturdy as well. And then I did use eyelets for the holes on the cover, but just on the cover, not on the rest of the pages. And I made, and these are 1-inch binder rings, I'm pretty sure. And then I used some different trims in my stash and a strawberry charm to decorate it, just, you know, on one of the rings. So let me measure this and then we'll take a look inside. Okay, so from side to side, this is a nice long die. It's about 7 and an eighth, about 7 1/8 inches lengthwise. And then top to bottom, it's about 3 1/8. So really nice and big. So let's take a look inside. So on the left facing pages, I didn't do too much to them. I just added another layer of that Tide Pool paper, and then I used removable removable tape to put in a big piece of Chit Chat from that Doodlebug collection. That way those can be removed and this page can be used for photos or whatever, or even journaling. It's just a blank piece. So on this side, isn't that so cute? Again, I used that same Doodlebug collection, and here's where I used the pocket from the Loaded Pocket Small, and it fit perfectly in here, and it's such a good way to add a little pocket to other projects, not just that tag set. So inside, let's see if I can get that out. I added a little envelope of just little gummy bear cabochons, and I decorated it a little bit. And this is just like a tiny little Ziploc bag. So I put that in there and it fits really well. And yeah, all this ephemera, I just love it. More Chit Chat, and then I added some Lawn Fawn clear glaze to the bunnies and the car just to give it a little bit of shine. And then on every other page, I sandwiched in a piece of trim, which is a fun way to use your trims because when you close up your mini album, you could see them at the bottom, and it just adds some texture and some prettiness, I think. And it's just really easy to just use some Fabri-Tac and sandwich it in between your layers. So I always recommend that. So on the next page, we have another one of those big Chit Chat words. And then here I made a pocket. So I just cut out the layering piece from the mini album twice, and then I cut this one in half, and I glued the striped one on just on the edges, on the 3 sides to make it into a pocket. And then I glued on some rickrack on the top as well. And then I just put in some little cut parts. And I think these are from the older Doodlebug. Yeah, they must be the older Doodlebug Easter collection, which I think is called Hippity Hop. The new one is Bunny Hop. The old one is Hippity Hop, something like that. But these just fit perfectly in here, and they do coordinate like a lot of Doodlebug collections will. And then I popped up Peep, and the bunny on some foam tape and added some flower embellishments as well. So it leaves lots of room. I just put these pieces of ephemera here, but you could always put in photos too. I was going to leave places to like matting places for photos, but then I figured this was probably a better way, and that way you could add more photos than just the one. So that's the next page, and then this page, again, one of those big words. And on this side, I created a pocket out of vellum and just glued it on to these 2 sides and left the diagonal part open, and I just slid in some pieces of ephemera. And here's a doodle pop. This is an older one. It doesn't come with this collection. There's a little piece of paper, but I just thought it went perfectly with it as well. So, and then yeah, some more puppy stickers from the collection. Again, there's where I used some of that trim sandwiched in between. And then the last page, another word on the side, and then this says Easter eggs, and I added a piece of ephemera that I did cut out with the edge die, and then just glued it on the sides, and then stuck in these pieces of, these are from the Chit Chat from that Doodlebug collection, just to, you know, add some more ephemera to give away. And I just think it's really, really cute, and I don't make albums that often, but when I do, they're so fun to make. Each page, it's fun to create a different way to you know, to use the dies. So that is my Easter mini album. I hope you like it. And those are all of my projects for today. I will leave the product links down below. Again, my referral link is down there. And don't forget to use my coupon code Strawberry Cream at checkout to save 10%. Okay, guys, that's it for now. I'll be back soon with more crafty videos. I'd love to hear what you think. And yeah, have a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye, guys.